Thank you, family and friends, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me at Maria Loves to Talk Relationships. We're crazy stories that make you go like, on. This one here is a woman. This is from the Sun, UK. No good deed. No good deed. I'm traumatized after I was accused of slavery for asking a Ukrainian refugee to do dishes. What? Wait. Okay, so here it says a mom was left traumatized. Okay, Debenham, Hannah Debenham, 44, generously opened up her home to a 36-year-old Ukrainian woman and her daughter who were fleeing from Putin's wrath. Putin's wrath. Watch my video. Nobody was talking about Putin. Nobody was talking about Russia. But me, last summer, I put my video out. Nobody was talking about that. Okay. So, but Hannah's act of kindness seemed to have backfired when she was reported to the police for slavery by the refugee who cannot be named for legal reasons. She was quizzed by cops at a police station and faced a hellish 2-month investigation after the claims, despite only asking the woman to clean up after herself. Hannah was accused of using the refugee as a slave and full-time childminder for little to no pay under the guise of assisting her in the Ukrainian settlement scheme. The Ukrainian also said she was made to work most days, looking after the children and expected to clear up and tidy up the house. Am I missing something? Because it looked like I'm missing something. However, the case was dropped when no evidence was found. The mom of 2 said her relationship with the woman's came to pieces just 3 weeks after she and her husband opened their doors. You lucky she didn't take your man away. You gotta be careful letting women in your house around your man, around your hubby, around Big Daddy. A fuming Hannah at I got a story, but I don't have time to tell you the story. True story though. A fuming Hannah adds the whole saga caused her sleepless nights and left her son traumatized. Speaking to Mail Online, she said, I received one email, nothing that acknowledged that for 3 months my whole family had been put through the mill based on nothing but lies. Wow. The story I was going to tell, I have 2. One, true story. Years ago, when I first started working in one of the government offices, my mentor, he was an older guy, he was real sweet, was telling us that his elderly grandmother, I don't know how old she was, but she had let a young lady move into her home, and the young lady, and the lady was still doing domestic work. She would still go downtown, work for a couple, for a few days during the week, nothing heavy because she was older, so I don't know what she was doing. But when she would come home, house not clean, dishes, and the girl that she had let stay with her just had a little small child, maybe a toddler, maybe no more than 5. So she said she finally asked the lady, and I know sometimes you'd be like, I don't want to seem like I'm pushy or whatever. So she said the woman told her, this is your house. That's not my house. This is your house. And the old lady was like, oh, she said, you know what? You're right. So I need you to be gone by next week. Yeah. So she basically asked this young lady to leave. To me, this kind of reminded me when you go, because we went out to eat to families' homes during the holidays. That's just common decency. To offer, let me get the dishes, let me do this. Or when you go to someone's house, I had to get on one of my nephews because he went somewhere, and I was like, did you bring the lady of the house some flowers? And he just looked at me. I'm like, dude, you're working at Costco, y'all got flowers all over the place, you're making a good decent check. You don't go to people's homes empty handed. Bring flowers or don't know, maybe some Coronas, a Heineken or something. Or if they got kids, some little something. But you don't go to somebody's house empty-handed. So in this case, you are allowing someone to move in your home. To me, that is just common sense. To wash the dishes, vacuum, make sure your kids are being respectful. Make sure your kids is not running all over the place, damaging the people's stuff, swinging off of their ceiling fans. But we're living in a day where people do not have those simple, just common decency etiquette that they had back in my mama's day, back in my mama's day, because people automatically knew, if these people let me stay here, we're gonna try to do stuff around here to help, since we're not able to pay them. You know, the men used to do carpentry, mow lawn, paint the house, fix stuff around the house to make up for or show appreciation, gratitude for the family allowing them to stay there rent-free. So she's telling the people trying to get this woman and her family in trouble, saying that they were making her a slave. I don't know. You guys, moving on. From the Mirror, neighbor in court accused of murder after blaze that deleted a mum. I love the way the British say mum, and 2 children. Jamie Barrow, 31, is accused of deleting his neighbors by deliberately starting the blaze in Clifton, Nottingham in the early hours of Sunday.
I'm Carl Thomas, the Area Commander for the City South. It's with great sorrow that I speak today regarding a family where a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old have tragically lost their life in a fire during the early hours of the morning of the 20th of November. The mother, a 28-year-old female, is in a critical condition, and our prayers are with her at this time. Detectives are working around the clock, working very diligently to try and piece together this inquiry, and I'm pleased to confirm that an arrest has been made. Those inquiries will not stop, because detectives will keep an open mind, and we will turn every single stone to make sure that this family get justice. I'd like to reassure the local community that we will have high visibility patrols in the area, and hopefully that will offer reassurance. And if anybody has any information, please come forward on our 101 number to the cause control room. Even if you think it's not worthy, then it is important to us, so we can either confirm, deny, or chase those inquiries. So for me, just to offer reassurance.
His husband Abubakar, 40, was away in America at the time and rushed back as soon as he heard the devastating news his family had been deleted. Now, he was trying to bring his family over to America, and I know, okay, so this is a Muslim family. I thought so. So they say here, we thank the Ahmadi Muslim community and Nottingham community, the local neighbors, and all those well-wishers for their continued support in this difficult time. So I know they said, somewhere I read that he knew this man or believed this was a racist attack. So here they're saying a police and fire investigation concluded the fire was started deliberately, and Nottingham police had launched a triple murder investigation. A 31-year-old man from Clifton was arrested on suspicion of murder on Sunday, and police have been given had been given additional time to question him. Why would you? And it's been a lot of that going on. People running around in folks' yards, on their apartment doorsteps, in their yard, as you've seen in the previous videos I had shown, trying to set people, their ex-wife house or mother-in-law house on fire. Why would you do that? And you knew darn well these people had kids. Why? He needs life in prison. So, Mr. Barrow, I'm not going to even call you a Mr. You need life in prison, most definitely. Last story. Man, this is News 7 Miami. Man arrested after burglars tried to break into South Miami home using boulders to steal Mercedes, at least 4 at large. You know what? I remember when I worked, there was 2 dealerships. One was a Mercedes and one was a BMW. And the guys would come in. I'm talking about when I was at Sam's doing the food demos. They would come in right at lunch. You know how y'all know how y'all do. Y'all go to Costco or Sam's to get the little samples for your lunch because you don't want to stand in line at Burger King. I would ask the guys, because I knew they were mechanics with their little thing. And they'd be like, oh no, the Mercedes is a better car than the BMW. And then the other guy would say, oh no, the BMW is a better car than the Mercedes. Or the Mercedes is better than the BMW. And I'm like, will somebody tell me which is, we don't have any money to afford one, but I know I saw somewhere where someone said the BMW is a better car than the Mercedes. I got another story to tell you after this about a real couple arguing over a Mercedes. Husband and wife, and yes, it's an interracial couple. I was going to save it for my interracial video. Okay, let me stop yapping. South Miami, Florida. Police have arrested a young man days after several people were caught on camera attempting to break into a South Miami home using boulders. These are
Crime on camera, shocking surveillance video showing the moment 2 crooks make use of a massive rock in a home break-in attempt while a family of 5 was sleeping inside. And these aren't the only crimes these crooks are accused of.
And one of them was recently caught by police. Local 10's Rosh Lowe joining us live now from South Miami with how they were able to track him down. Rosh.
Okay, so this is a big deal because we're not talking about 1 or 2 cases. We're not talking about 1 or 2 stolen cars. What we are talking about, according to police, is a group of thieves who have no issue breaking into your home. And we're talking about multiple cities in multiple counties, now 1 arrest. January 7th, South Miami. I want you to look at this crystal clear video. Thieves find a Mercedes with a key fob inside, but that's not enough. Cops say these crooks are after the Bentley in the garage. But they don't have that key fob. So they try to break into this house. And that's what sets this case apart. These guys won't stop at the easy grab, say police. Cops say this house recently built. It has hurricane impact windows. But that doesn't stop these guys. Now keep in mind, according to police, inside the home, a husband, wife, and 5 children, including an infant sleeping. These guys decide to use a large boulder. You can see a baby stroller here. After the boulder bashing doesn't work, these guys decide to go to the next level. You see that 2x4 holding up the palm tree? Well, they take it. They ram the door time after time after time. Eventually, they are able to get inside, say cops. They weren't able to get the keys, but cops say they get away with a Mercedes. Joshua Reed, 19 years old, arrested Thursday and charged with a bunch of crimes.
This is grand theft, a first-degree felony, grand theft, a second-degree felony, burglary.
Cops say Reed was easy to track. He was out of jail on another crime, say cops.
We were able to track this guy who was wearing an ankle monitor on a pretrial release from Broward County to so far approximately 14 cases.
In at least 2 cases in South Miami, families were sleeping inside when the crooks broke in to search for the key fobs to luxury cars, say police. And now one of the suspects is off the streets and behind bars. Think about that for a moment. This guy, say police, was out of jail for several crimes, was wearing an ankle monitor, which cops could trace, and now is suspected in multiple cases. This is very much an ongoing investigation. You notice in the video there are several people there. Police continue to look into this, and we should hear more about these cases.
Bold little M, you know what?
Alcohol free.
So basically, these assholes.
Crime on camera, shocking surveillance video showing the moment two crooks make use of a massive rock in a home break-in attempt while a family of 5 was sleeping inside. And these aren't the only crimes these crooks are accused of.
And one of them was recently caught by police. Local 10's Rush Lowe joining us live now from South Miami with how they were able to track him down. Rush.
Okay, so this is a big deal because we're not talking about 1 or 2 cases. We're not talking about 1 or 2 stolen cars. What we are talking about, according to police, is a group of thieves who have no issue breaking into your home. And we're talking about multiple cities in multiple counties. Now one arrest.
January 7th, South Miami. I want you to look at this crystal clear video. Thieves find a Mercedes with a key fob inside, but that's not enough. Cops say these crooks are after the Bentley in the garage. But they don't have that key fob. So they try to break into this house. And that's what sets this case apart. These guys don't stop at the easy grab, say police. Cops say this house recently built. It has hurricane impact windows. But that doesn't stop these guys. Now keep in mind, according to police, inside the home, a husband, wife, and 5 children, including an infant sleeping. These guys decide to use a large boulder. You can see a baby stroller here. After the boulder bashing doesn't work, these guys decide to go to the next level. You see that 2x4 holding up the palm tree? Well, they take it. They ram the door time after time after time. Eventually, they are able to get inside, say cops. They weren't able to get the keys, but cops say they get away with a Mercedes. Joshua Reed, 19 years old, arrested Thursday and charged with a bunch of crimes.
This is grand theft, a first-degree felony, grand theft, a second-degree felony, burglary.
Cops say Reed was easy to track. He was out of jail on another crime, say cops.
We were able to track this guy who was wearing an ankle monitor on a pretrial release from Broward County to so far approximately 14 cases.
In at least 2 cases in South Miami, families were sleeping inside when the crooks broke in to search for the key fobs to luxury cars, say police. And now one of the suspects is off the streets and behind bars.
Think about that for a moment. This guy, say police, was out of jail for several crimes, was wearing an ankle monitor, which cops could trace, and now is suspected in multiple cases. This is very much an ongoing investigation. You notice in the video there are several people there. Police continue to look into this. We should hear more about these cases next.
Neighbors see you. These guys here, they just want to have a reason. They just want you to give them one reason for them to be able to use their AR-15, that Glock. They just want that reason. You don't even have to be their home. They see you next door at somebody else's home that they don't even talk to. The neighbor house that they don't even like the neighbors, but they just want that reason to get that thing out. And these dudes, you little stupid fools, you little stupid knucklehead heathen thugs, you giving these people a reason to help you get closer to the cemetery. Basically, that's what y'all doing. 19, dude, you got your whole life ahead of you. You should be either in the Army, the Navy, the Coast Guard. As you know, I've stated over and over, bring the draft back. I had like 10 people, mainly dudes, of course, arguing with me back and forth on Twitter a couple months ago. Was I on Facebook or Instagram? I had arguing with me for like an hour, and I just kept and I said, you know what, I can't keep arguing with these people because I gotta get to my YouTube and edit my YouTube. But yeah, the draft, it needs to be brought back. Get these guys off the streets, give them something to do, get them a trade. Wow. This is a lot. It's a lot going on, and then we just got in 2023, and it's still trouble. So hey, you guys, I want to thank you for joining me at Maria Loves to Talk. Leave me the comments. Tell me, have you had any? Hey, do you have a Mercedes and a Bentley also? I don't know, you guys. But hey, again, stay healthy, happy, and blessed. Thank you.